Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alec Reed. This is my channel Alec Reed, and today we're reading Marriage, a Heartstopper fanfiction by heartstopper_fan22 on Wattpad. And today we're reading chapter 95. What did he say? Also, I posted a video yesterday. It's called The Plague Podcast. I can't speak today. It's called The Plague Podcast. It's basically the start of a plague in the year 5036. So yeah, it's a super cool idea that I came up with. I don't know if it's actually been done before, but I thought, why not? It started out as I was listening to Radio Silence, and I was like, oh, that's like a really cool idea. And then I had also been doing a lot of research on just like medical things. I was like, oh my gosh, I have to do this. So yeah, that's where it all started. I'm still doing the inclusivity project and everything. But I hope that you guys enjoy it, because I enjoy making it. It was super fun to do. And they're all like just my own creation, which is the craziest thing. But anyway, like, comment, and subscribe them, and oh my gosh, comment down below whether it's just saying hello or whether it's giving me recommendations. I also have a work email. It's reedsalec@gmail.com, spelled REEDS. I don't know if it's spelled like that on YouTube, but that's how you spell my name. I don't know if people know that. Anyway, so let's jump right into the video. Chapter 95. What did he say? Nick's perspective. We decided to walk down to the pier where the new coffee shop is. Our apartment was in such a beautiful location. It had a view of the ocean and a nice city walk that was paved with beautiful stone. This was all a short walk from our place. It looked like a cottage down there, with all the small shops and markets embellished with flowers and greenery of all sorts. It made a beautiful view from our deck. Of course, Charlie picked our apartment. Charlie was good at everything, even house hunting. We were walking down the street, and I realized that his hand wasn't in mine. I interlocked our pinkies, because that's how we prefer to hold hands. It was a special thing. It meant something more to us than meets the normal person's eye. It was how we told each other at school we loved each other before I was out, and when we kept us a secret. It was easy to hide underneath a table or quickly in the hall. It's always been our silent way of telling each other how much we cared and loved them. He turned his head to glance at me, and his smile was unbelievable. It was a full-teeth smile, and a true one. He looked so happy, with the sun rays hitting his body, lighting him up, the little breeze blowing his bouncy curls around. A hardly noticeable amount, but if you took the time to take everything in, you would notice how gently he looked, with the light breezing hitting him. He was wearing green Converse, black jeans, and a green sweater to match. He looked so attractive in his well-matched autumn style. We were in between seasons, where it wasn't cold enough to wear a big coat, but it wasn't too hot either. Today was perfect. You could wear a sweater and be comfortable, or wear a t-shirt and still be comfortable. This was my favorite time of year. Stop staring at me, Charlie said, pulling his free hand over to his face to hide his cheesy smile and flushed cheeks. Are you embarrassed by my undeniable love for you? I said, as I elbowed him in the side gently. Who's the nerd now? He said, followed by the most soft chuckle. I'm going to be married to the biggest one ever, so he might have turned me into one. Do you know him? His name's Charlie Springs, soon to be Charlie Nelson. Charlie pulled my hand up and kissed it. I like the sound of that. Me too. I said before I hooked him around the waist and pulled him towards me. Our bodies were touching, and our faces were close. I leaned down to Charlie's level and kissed him. Nothing serious, just a nice, gentle kiss. The type you see parents give each other. Maybe a bit more passion than that, but still, we were in public area. I didn't want to make anyone uncomfortable. Nobody should be doing a full-on session in a public area. I spotted Elle and Tao waving at the door of the cafe. I felt so emotional seeing them. Last time I saw them, which was only a few days ago, I was crying my heart out into Elle's shoulder, asking her over and over if Charlie was going to be okay, and back to his usual bubbly, easygoing, lovable, nerdy personality. I just have so much gratitude towards Elle. As I see her, I can't wait to give her a hug and thank her for everything. She really calmed me down, which is exactly what I needed. I didn't care. When we were only a few feet away, I ran up to Elle and wrapped her in a huge hug, which almost knocked her off her feet. As I hugged her, Charlie says, "Aww," and Tao goes, "Get a room, you two." I laugh a little before saying to Elle, "Thank you for everything." Me and Charlie both really appreciate it. She pulls away from the hug and holds my shoulders. "Nick, I'll always be there for you and Charlie. No need to thank me." I smile and we walk in together. Charlie bends down to me, who's sitting. "Nick, I need to talk to Elle quickly. Can you lot stay here?" I nodded. I nodded my head and patted his thigh as he left to talk with Elle, which I'm pretty sure is about my panic attack. He's been a bit worried about it. I'm not that worried about anymore like I was. Charlie's doing good. He's trying so hard and is doing so much better. Tal was across from me and started a conversation. "So, mate, are you doing rugby anymore?" I nodded my head no, and said, "No, life's a bit too crazy for rugby, but I would like to maybe join a team in the future. I've been doing a whole lot of no exercise lately. I know we're not that old, but it's hard to maintain the body we had when we were younger." Tao's words hit me like a ton of bricks. My body, when I look in the mirror, screamed in my head. He was right. I didn't have the body I used to in high school. I never thought of that, how different I must look in Charlie's eyes. Does he think I'm fat, too? I don't look like the guy he fell in love with. I snapped out of my thoughts when Tao said, like, I have definitely been eating too much. You're not doing too bad yourself. Might as well eat good while we still can, right? He laughed after, lightening the spirit of the harsh comments he was making towards my body. He said it in a nice way, but it was still the same meaning, whether someone tells you you're fat or you've been eating good, it's the same meaning. I couldn't be mad at Tao. He was just telling the truth, something he does best. I wouldn't be surprised if Elle and Charlie left us. They're just like they were years ago. It's funny that time can do. I disagreed and nodded my head. Everything he was saying was throwing in a laugh or two to seem like I was in the present moment, when instead I was drowning in my own self-doubt. He was right, though. Charlie probably thought I was disgusting. Chapter 96. Something's off. Nick's perspective. "Hey, babe," Charlie said as he sat down next to me, putting his hand on my thigh. I flinched, causing him to immediately withdraw his hand from my thigh. He shot me a confused look, and I didn't do anything. He went back to looking ahead of us, which was Tao and Elle asking Charlie and me when we were going to meet up as a group together. Darcy's birthday was soon, so maybe Elle mentioned that, and everyone seemed to agree. I wasn't really present in the conversation. I was listening in attempts to not think about what Tao said, but it was hard not to. I couldn't help but wonder if what he was saying was true. I pushed out my chair, not paying attention to the others, and started walking towards the loo. As I walked past the table, Charlie reached for my hand and grabbed it. "Where are you going?" he said in a seemingly happy tone that had a hint of confusion. "The loo. I'll be right back." I went to the washroom, shut the door, and looked at my reflection. Was this really me? Why was I so chubby? My legs are huge and my stomach was not near flat. My face looked chubby. Were my cheeks too big? Was my neck too big? Was I too big? Fuck. I never felt strong hatred for how I appeared in the mirror before. I mean, I've been insecure and feeling like I look not the best, but right now I hated myself. Tears streamed down my face as I sat down in the bathroom floor, feeling upset and angry with myself. Why did I look like this? Charlie's perspective. This felt weird. I didn't like it. I went to talk to Elle, and when I came back, my happy boyfriend was gone. It was like a switch turned off, and he was now sad or angry with something. He was acting so weird. He never flinches when I touch him. When he got up to go to the loo, he looked like he was on a different planet, totally distracted from Earth. "Hello? Charlie?" Tao said, while snapping his fingers in my face. Before explaining anything, I just blurted out, "Do you think Nick is acting off?" Elle looked behind her to check if Nick was there, like we were girls in high school gossiping about someone they didn't like, talking about their trashy outfit or something stupid like that. "I do reckon he's a little quiet," he said, looking upset. Tao rolled his eyes. "Mate, he's fine. He probably just needs to eat something." Tao patted my arm across the table. That did help me feel better. I'm probably just worrying for nothing, like I always do. Why do I always do this? "Charlie, just check on him to make sure he's all right. Then you can stop worrying." I agreed and headed towards the restrooms. There was only one universal washroom, so I knew he was in there. I knocked on the door. "Nick?" He answered. "Yes, love." Relief washed over me. He was fine. I was a total nutcase fiancé. He opened the door, and he looked fine, but his attitude was off. This wasn't Nick. I could just tell. "So, what is it?" "Are you alright, baby?" I said, throwing my arms around his side while gazing up at him. He peered down at me and kissed the top of my head. "I'm fine, babe. Just tired." Something in me didn't believe him. We sat back down, talking again with the other couple before the waiter came and asked, "Hi, how are you all today? Welcome to the Sunshine Cafe. What can I get for you today?" Elle ordered for them, and I spoke up after. "Can I get a plain green tea, no sugar, and a green tea with extra sugar and double cream?" Right as I said that, Nick quickly changed it. "Actually, can I just make that 2 plain green teas, no sugar?" The waiter nodded his head. With a disturbing amount of enthusiasm, I walked off to carry on with his job. I turned to Nick, who turned to me as he felt my eyes on him. "What, you don't even like that?" I said, as if I was asking him why he wanted that all of a sudden. "I like it," he piped unconversationally. I'd never seen Nick get plain tea. What's up with him? Maybe he has the flu or something? Gosh, I hope he's okay. Time skip after they drink the tea. "Hi, can I offer you guys the special for today? It's chocolate fudge cake. Would anyone fancy a slice?" Elle said yes. "We'll have 2. I looked over to Nick, tapping his shoulder and asking, "Can you split one with me? I don't want the whole thing." I sounded nervous because I was, but I would be alright if Nick helped me through it. I would be fine. There's not that many people in the shop today. Sure. He spilled out, fumbling on his words. Was I crazy or was something going on? We'll take a slice as well, thank you, I said. The waiter hurried off to grab the cake. He came back right away with the cake. I didn't fancy cake all that much, but I knew Nick would want some. But maybe I was wrong. He seemed to not want it when we were ordering. He sounded hesitant, like he didn't know what he wanted. I slid the plate between us and took a bite. This is so good. Babe, have some, I said, as my hands were shaking from anxiety. He slid the plate back to me. I changed my mind. I'm not really hungry anymore. That sounded way too familiar. That's what I say when I don't want to eat anything. Was he avoiding it? Alright, that is the end of today's episode. I really hope that you guys enjoyed. The next episode is chapter 97, Trapped in the Dark. I hope that you guys will return for that chapter. Anyway, good morning, good afternoon, or good night. Goodbye, ladies, gentlemen, and everybody in between, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, friends.